Hello and welcome to my vlog. This is version 2021.1 and this is where I look back at my board gaming experiences over the last month. Hello, my name is Joel and I am a podcaster and YouTube person, and if you don't know, I used to play a lot of board games and I'm still trying to, even in these times of, let's say, the COVID times, and it's proven to be a little bit more difficult as this progresses along. But thankfully, I have a wife that enjoys playing board games with me, and sometimes I can force the kids to play them too. So it's not looking too bleak at the minute. In these vlogs, I will be looking at basically what I've been playing, what news is out there, and also now I'll be looking at what I have played in my pile of shame and what Kickstarters have arrived. All will come a bit more clearer as I go on with this. If you are listening to this as a podcast, then you'll realize this is actually on YouTube, and you can watch it with video and with some pictures to go along with what I'm talking about, which might help with basically what I'm talking about as we go along through this. So if you don't want to listen to it as a podcast, then go over to YouTube and watch it. And if you enjoy the podcast, then this is it. This is probably be it for the time being. As you can tell, and probably everyone else is mostly in the same circumstances that most of us are at home. I am definitely at home, but I am still working, and this is why it's been so much of a big problem for me in the last few months of trying to produce videos, because I am actually working full time, if not more than I was before, because I teach, I have to produce a lot more work and have to do a lot more chasing, and yeah, it's taken a lot more of my time, which is actually also eats into some of my free time. But when I do get some free time, I make some free time, then I still try and play a lot of board games. Mostly my board gaming at the minute is online through mainly Board Game Arena, because it's a really useful, easy to use platform. I can set games up and I can go into them and out of them when I want to. And then when there's some friends are free online, I can then jump in and play some quick games with them to just have some social interaction sometimes and catch up with some old friends. So that has been mostly my play for most of last year and up through this month. If by any chance any of you are watching this and you're playing Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, then you can. I'm still playing that. I play that most evenings, latest evenings, early morning, because that's really when my free time actually comes up. Everyone's gone to bed, and I'm still a little bit more awake than everyone else, so I like to jump on that. I've got a couple of friends we play regularly, but if you do, then you can chase me up. I'll put my gamer tag in the bottom, and you can send me a like or send me a friend's request if you do play and want to team up sometimes. So yeah, I'm still playing a lot of Warzone. I don't know why I still like it, but I do, and I think I'll be playing it while this is all still going on for a very long time. So, what have I been playing? Well, there has actually been, as I said, I've been playing a lot on Board Game Arena, but there's only been about 3 games that I've been physically playing, and actually all 3 of those are legacy games. So I've been playing King's Dilemma with friends online. Now there's a pretty good tool for a spreadsheet, basically Google spreadsheet, that everyone can have access to, and that helps with a lot of the upkeep, bookkeeping of it all. And actually, there's this one we're actually using, the sums, the formulas, and everything they've used in it really like work, and they've done so much work. I mean, I've looked at the formulas myself, and I'm just like, wow, there's a lot going into, because there's like several pages, and it takes information from one page and puts it onto another page, and you don't have to do that hard uplift work. You just fill in what you need to, and it practically does it all for you. I mean, there's still a bit of upkeep we need to do, but we've been playing with that friends. It works well, and we'll give probably a review of it once we've completed it. But it is a very good game if you can get the right people together. And again, only one person needs to own the game, which I do. And at this rate, because I'm not sticking anything on it, I'm hoping I can sell this game on for less than it is. But because I've not changed it in any way, and I can put the cards back, because it says not to destroy anything, I can put the cards back how they were, and someone can play their own version and maybe use a formula spreadsheet and play it themselves. So in that case, I'm quite enjoying it like that. So it's working well as a group. I'll give my thoughts once we completed it. But I think I've got a few things I want to say about it in the future. The other thing we've been playing is I got given my city from family as a present. And My City is another legacy game from Ryan Knizia, and it's a kind of tile polyomino tile placement game, and everyone playing their own cities. Um, and there's 4 of you, so I've actually got around my family, and so the kids are playing, the wife's playing it, and there's 8 chapters, and each chapter has 3 episodes in it, and so there's 24 episodes, I believe, if that's right. Calculations going on in my head, but so yeah, 24 episodes. So it feels long-winded, but actually, we're actually doing a chapter a sit-in, really, because that's how I feel like you should be playing it. You should be playing a chapter and getting all, because each episode, the rules do change a little bit, maybe, but each chapter, the rules not completely, but really flip something on. So each chapter's named. So you start off with just founded land, which is just the basics. But you start with founded land, which is just basics. It just basic Cane Bay. Little things happen, not much, but then and then you go into churches, which adds a whole new dilemma or whole new task to the game, and that's the second chapter in. So, and there's 8 of these, so really enjoying that. Again, once we complete, hopefully I'll give you my thoughts on it once we've completed our campaign, which hopefully will be in another few sit-ins, because we're up to chapter 5, I believe. So we're not doing too badly. And then the other big game, me and the wife are only playing this, and we're playing it just a hand each, but we've been playing the new Pandemic Season 0. So this came about is basically, all this time I've been saying my wife doesn't like co-ops. But for some reason that's kind of flipped on its head. It's she's gone from hating co-ops to actually quite enjoying them. Now I think that's because she's in a better mind frame now. When we first started playing board games, she had just had kids, and at that time we called it baby brain. That she just couldn't think like that, in a way that in the end I was more or less making the moves for her, because she just didn't understand what was going on. But she loved competitive gaming, so if she was left to her own devices, it works really well. But now, all of a sudden, I mean, I think Season 0 came out, a couple of friends got it, they were planning on playing it, and this is before lockdowns happened again, they were planning to get together and play it. Claire was like, oh, what's all this about? Because they were in the same chat groups, so I told them, then we got Pandemic out, and we played with Isaac, and she was like, and we played it on medium and actually smashed it, and she was like, oh, that's really good fun, and she actually didn't need coaching, she got it straight away, which was really quite good to see. So then I went with a chance of, okay, let's get Season 0 and we'll start from going through the things, because I've got Season 1 halfway played. I thought if she likes Season 0, then maybe we'll play this, and if she doesn't like Season 0, then I'll continue playing Season 1. And we've nearly finished. We're now got to do December. We made a little bit of a cheat. So we've already played December, so we know what's going to happen, what the missions are. We completely misunderstood something, and it really scuppered our gameplay. Until the end, we just lost. So before we read out all the instructions of the ending, I said to her, shall we just do this again? She said, let me think about it, because she felt so that I was cheating. But she said, actually, yeah, it's kind of, well, I kind of look at it as like, you're reloading your previous save because like in a video game, it didn't quite complete the end mission. So I'm going to just reload my previous side and go back to the beginning and restart it again, because now I have a better understanding of what we need to do, and I can hopefully not make the mistakes I did before, and hopefully have a better chance, because if we had just finished it as it was, we would have got complete fail, and that just felt, because we misunderstood something, that we scuppered ourselves. So maybe you're saying it's a cheat. I've reset the board, because luckily I took a picture of before we started. So I've actually reset the board of how it started, and gave us the same cards we started with. But I've also shuffled each of the decks again, so they're not going to come out the same order. So we don't know the order of the cards. We just know we've got our starting bits. It's going to come out slightly differently, so it's going to be a slight randomization, but hopefully we can do a lot better. It might still destroy us again, because the cards are going to come out differently, but I'm really hoping that we can at least do a couple of the missions. So it's a cheat. You might say it's a cheat. I feel I'm just reloaded my last save, and that's all I've done. We know nothing what happens at the end, because we didn't read any of that stuff. We're just going to play it again. So I'm still not in the knowledge, but hey, it's my game, and it's a cooperative game. We're both in agreement, so I think it's fair as fair. If you disagree with me and think that we're cheating, tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and whether you've previously done that before. So that's what I've been mostly playing in board games, is 3 legacy games. Hopefully February might be a little bit different, but hopefully we'll play Pandemic and get that done in a minute. And I'm hoping that me and the missus will actually play Clank Legacy, because I've got that sitting here waiting. Okay, I started 2 games last year, but actually I brought a new game. I brought a new one. It was on offer at Meeples Corner, and I sort of sod it. I'm buying a new one. Me and the missus going to play 2-player, and we're going to get that done. And I want to see what that's like, because I hear so much great things about Clank Legacy that I just need to play it. And I love Clank, so I think it could be a nice palate cleanser from after playing Pandemic. And then once maybe we've done Clank Legacy, then I'll do season 1 of Pandemic, and we'll be buying a new game so we can start that from fresh again. So I'm going to have 2 copies of Pandemic Legacy season 1 and 2 copies of Clank Legacy. So, but I've got a plan for the second copy of Clank Legacy. I think I'm going to play that with friends that really want to play it, and once we get back to playing again, that's going to happen. So yes, that's what I've been playing for this month. So yeah, it's not busy, but I'm still getting to play real games where a lot of people are not, and I feel sorry for those people that are struggling in these times. So with that, I mean, I've got a massive collection, massive pile of unplayed games. I mean, literally unplayed. It's not including expansions I've now got and need to play as well. This is just pure core games that need to be played. So with that, I've actually made a vow to myself. I'm not actually going to buy games or back anything on Kickstarter, with exceptions, because there is some exceptions, and I'll come to this in a minute, is unless it's a really good game, grail game that I want, or I think, yes, it's just going to work. I know that's vague, but I can't explain it anymore, because there was a few games, and I will talk about them in a minute of what they come out, or it's expansion that to a game I love and really want. Okay, so they're the exceptions, and that's how it stands. I've got a ton of Kickstarter still coming in, which I'll go through, and that's going to add to my pile. So I really need to get some of these unplayed games done. And if they don't get played, then I'm just going to have to say, sod it, they're going to have to go out the door and go to somewhere that might play them at the end of the day. So with that being said, I've got a pile of shame that is quite embarrassing, which you'll be able to see here. I'm going to put a picture up and a list. And so I've got like a couple of exit games, okay, I've played the previous exits, but I haven't played these, and they're all quite different. So I've got those to play. Again, I'm saving those for the right people. Claire doesn't really enjoy that sort of thing, so finds it quite stressful, so I leave it. Agents of Mayhem. I thought this will work great with the boy. I really need to get this out and play it with him. So, but it's just finding the time again. Quad Heroes is one I backed on Kickstarter. It's probably one of my oldest unplayed Kickstarters now that I haven't played. I championed it. I loved it. Spoke to Ryan Lauer, something like that, and had him on the podcast. So I really need to get that played, but then I really need to paint the figures in it, and I'm just not painting at the minute because I've got so much else going on. Then I've got loads of other stuff. Sierra West, I really want to play that to see how good it is. I thought it was good, not anything. Pauper's Ladder is meant to be really good. Again, not getting around to that. Don in the Purple, won that in a competition. Need to play that. Museum Rush, Orcs Olympics. I've got given those as reviews, and I should really play him and review him, but maybe one day I will get round to it. Foodie Kuru. Now I played a couple of rounds of this, and then we realised that something wasn't quite right, and that's because I was trying to read the rule book on board game on like a file on Board Game Geek, because I left the rule book at home. So we played a couple of rounds, never really got around to finish it. So we thought we'll give it another time, and then lockdown happened. So what can I do? Horrified. I brought that off Meeples Corner when lockdown first came around back in March, and I still not got around to playing it. So it does wonder me. Fort, Iberian Rails were both. Fort and Iberian Rails are both trades that I recently done before Christmas, and I kind of wish I didn't do it because it just added to more games. But hey, I want to try Fort out, and Iberian Rails just sounds really cool. So I will get around to playing those. Sabotage and Castles of Caladar. Again, I went into Works and walked out with these. The Works kind of discount bookshop. They were really on good prices, and I just thought, oh yeah, I'd take them home, see what they're like. It's just added to the collection. I really didn't need to buy them. I've got Rococo Deluxe Edition. Okay, I've played Rococo many times, but this is the deluxe version, and this has got the expansion in it, so I kind of class it as it still needs to be played to be worth the money I've spent on it. Albento, I think that's right, how I think, it's a small little deck playing game. I got it as a review, a couple of years ago now at one of the UK Games Expo, and it's actually really gutted I've not got around to playing it because it's in a small box and it's been put in a pile of unplayed games. It gets hidden, so I forget about it, and I should just need to play games. I need to play it. Monstro City is another Kickstarter I got back ages ago. I played it at UK Games Expo. I thought it was really fun. I thought the kids would like it. Just not got around to getting it out and playing again. Gravity Superstar is one game I got for my mystery box selection. I think I should just play it, see what it's like. And then I got another kind of escape Tales Low Memory. This got sent to me along with another review game. I don't know if it's meant to be a review game, but I was sent it as well. So I want to play it. I like my escape room kind of board games, so I will give it a go. So that's my pile of shame, and that's the ones I actually could think of, and I'm pretty sure there's one or two more that should be added on that list. But what can you do? It's there. And then we were discussing it when we were having one of our King's Dilemma games. We were discussing what outstanding legacy games you got. And I think we're coming to the same conclusion. We had about the same going on. I mean, I've got My City. I've got the 2 Pandemic Legacy games going. I've got and King's Dilemma. So there's 3 games that we're playing, or 4 games that are in the way of playing. Started Clank Legacy, that needs to be played. And I've got a Charterstone second run through. So I've completed one already. And we started a second one on the other side, but never got around to finish. So I kind of class that as, yeah, it needs to be done as well. Then there's also Gen 7. I think it is a kind of legacy. It is kind of class as legacy. I don't think you destroy anything, but things happen. I can't really remember. We played one game. We realised we messed up on a rule so badly that it actually affected that game, and was like, let's wind it back. and start it again once we know the rules. Then we've also got House Betrayal legacy game, Betrayal House on the Hill or something like that. We got that, and we've been playing that quite frequently before lockdown happened with friends. So we've still got halfway through that. And then the other one I suddenly realised is I've got a Risk Legacy that I started yonks ago, and I mean yonks ago, with people I don't even see now. So I have got that, and I really would like to play that and just see how the first Legacy game, actually redefined board gaming and like campaigning in board gaming to the next level. So I really want to play that, and I think maybe I can convince new friends to play this and see how it goes. Because I actually got another copy. I've got two again, one that's been played and one that's not open yet. So I've got two copies again, so I can start and get fresh. And I've had those for yonks, so they really do need to be played. And so that's my list, and I'm pretty sure there's one on there I'm missing as well. So I don't know where that game is. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it will suddenly probably hit me like that. And I was, oh yes. So it might come up in description below or something like that once it suddenly comes to me. So yeah, and then I've got a ton of Kickstarters coming out. Still, and this is the last one I backed is in December, and that's it now. I've not backed any. But again, if an expansion comes out and there is a couple that I already know about, I'm quite excited about, then I will be like looking to back those. And possibly if a game comes out that I think is not going to hit retail stores, then I'm going to be probably most likely going to back that as well, just because how else am I going to get it? But there's also my fear of Brexit is going to really shake things up. Now it's happened and now we're out of the EU, I really think it's going to shake things up, and I need to be a bit more cautious because I don't want a massive like tax bill going through. Even though they might say, "Oh yeah, it's all UK protected," don't know. We'll have to see. So, in order of when I backed it and when it finished, these are the games I'm waiting for. So I got Venice, which is from Brain Crack Games. Great Euro. Played it at a convention I went to. Enjoyed it. Backed it. It's on its way, I believe. I've heard news it's on its way. I think it's going to be delayed because there's shipping problems in China. If everyone doesn't know, there's been a massive surge of like shipments needing to go out because people are buying so much product at the minute. But also those shipping containers getting stuck at the final ports and not being able to go anywhere because of lockdown and restrictions and things like that. So it's a bit of a bit much. So a lot of these Kickstarters are being held up because of where they have to come out. China, they've got to wait their turn. It's not just board games, there's lots of other products that are being kind of delayed. Marvel United, this is the biggest board game Kickstarter I've backed and paid for. I think I've spent nearly in the region of £200+ on it, because I backed everything apart from the map and the cardboard locations, which I'm slightly gutted now I didn't do, because now they've released updates and now they've improved things and done things. It's like, why change it now? Why can't I? And there's no way I can update my pledge to change it. So maybe there is a new campaign coming out this year. I believe it's going to be X-Men related. So maybe that'll be a chance I can jump on and get the mat and cardboard locations then. But we will see. I don't know if I'm going to go for that because I've already got a ton of content coming through the door and I've not even played it yet. So let's see. Rush MD, the ICU expansion. So Rush MD we got last year. We played a couple of games, loved it. Better than Kitchen Rush. Got rid of Kitchen Rush. We're keeping Rush MD. Mrs. loved it. She's a nurse. She's weird. She likes stuff that's about a job, and this really worked. So it's great fun. So the ICU adds more to it, but I don't know. It's a Kickstarter you have to back and support again. Canvas was a surprise backing for me. I saw someone back it and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Canvas is this game of you've got transparent cards and you're building a picture by layering the cards over. So it's a bit like Mystic Vale, where you can slide cards in and build up this picture of different things going on. and you get rewarded points and things like that. So I thought that would be really interesting to see how that works with a family, and a new aspect to the transparent card sleeve mechanic. So, and that's on its way. I know that's very imminent at the minute coming through the door. My Megan table. Hopefully, it's going to start being built. I think they said it's like they're building those products now. So I'm hoping that's coming through the coming to me hopefully in March time. So it'll be around my birthday, which is great. And I've again added a little bit more to it without the wife's permission. So keep it on the upside. Okay, let's not explain. So I've spent a little bit more money on it, on a few extras. Maybe I didn't need, maybe I do want, maybe I don't care. But anyway, so can't wait for my Megan table. We keep playing games on our round oval table, which is a pain in the ass to play games on. And it's, yeah, bring on Megan. I can't wait for that table to arrive. Tiny Epic Pirates. I've got into these Tiny Epic games. I've backed it since Zombies and been right into it. Pirates is a killer theme for me for some reason. I love pirate games, and this was another like, yeah, I'm gonna have to back it. And it's got this cube tower thing in it that really like, oh yes, not seen this yet. So looking forward to this when it arrives. Catapult Kingdoms is basically crossbows and catapults, or catapults and crossbows, whatever it was, the old-fashioned thing. But you build up a castle, put your troops in it somewhere, and your opponent has to knock down all your troops before you do it to them. Just looks like two-player madness fun. Can't wait for that to turn up. Dead Reckoning, another pirate game. Tiny Epic Pirates has not got the cube tower thing. That's wrong. I was suddenly thinking, how does a cube fit in the box? But Dead Reckoning has a cube tower thing, and it also uses the transparent cards. And you use a cube tower thing. It's like a pirate ship. Chuck the cubes down, and wherever they land, you like do damage or do stuff, take actions, things like that. Looks like great fun. Looks like they cleaned a lot of it up where they dark their last cube tower game they had. Wasn't as big, but there's also a little bit of a campaign mode to it. I thought the missus might like this quite a bit. So don't know how that's going on. They're just saying it's in production, but it could be a few months more before I get that. I did back the Megan Table 2 campaign because they had the new Leaf section in it. So I backed that, and then that also helped me get some more access to the large and another table, and access to the new pledge where I added a few more bits onto it. So yeah, Megan Table 2, back that as well. Crash Octopus looks like a great game from Itoon Games, and it was one of those, I'm not going to probably see this in the retail shops, so I might as well back it. It was actually probably a good price. It's got lots of little stuff coming to it, and it looks like great fun, so why not? Kabuto Sumo, which is like like disc pushing kind of game where your beetles trying to push each other off this tree trunk. Looks like great fun, really cheap price. So I thought it was just an instant back for me. And last of all is an expansion, Pursuit of Happiness, the big box and nostalgia expansion. So hopefully, I think this is saying this is the last one of this series, hopefully. So we're getting a big box which has got a tray to fit everything in it. And then it also comes with this nostalgic expansion with lots of other little added expansions into it. So I really love Pursuit of Happiness. But the trouble is, we played it again at New Year's Day. I think we played it, me, the wife, and the daughter, and it took hours to play. Now, I didn't know that's because the daughter gets quite easily distracted, and she was taking time to think, but it just thought it'd take a while. But hey, I like the game, and if I like games, they pretty much stay. So that's what I'm waiting for. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not saying never, never on Kickstarter, but there's been a few projects on there where I've actually said, oh yeah, I could back that, and yeah, not. I actually did back one at the beginning of this year and then pulled out, and that was inside the box game. It's not even a game actually. I think it was like a choose your own adventure book, which I instantly backed and then I pulled out because I don't really need it. So that was a shame. Finally, I'm going to just kick off with some news, and this will lead into why I might buy some games in the future. So, news is, and I'm getting inundated, and there's loads of information coming out of what games are coming out this year. Some of them look really exciting, some of them actually really excited me. And I'm going to start with Ultimate Railways. Now, I've said on a podcast before that I really love Russian Railways. I play it a lot on Board Game Arena. I've played it before in real life. Don't know why I've never owned a copy, but I really love it. I played German Railways and looked at buying it, and it's out of print. So basically, the price is ridiculous, 50 quid for Russian Railways, and I'm not paying that. Has announced they're bringing out Ultimate Railways. So it's basically a deluxe version of the Railway series. It's going to have Russian, German, American, and Asian railways in it, all those expansions into it, plus all promos that have been done and lots of other goodies, I think. Solo mode, I think they said, maybe. But yeah, it is the ultimate version, and it's not going to Kickstarter, it's going straight to retail, and it's coming hopefully, I'm going to say August, September time, maybe a little bit later. Maybe they're aiming for Spiel, if it's going to happen, I don't know. Tiny turbo cars from Horrible Guild. So they used to be Horrible Games, but now they're Horrible Guild. I think they have to change it a bit. So Tiny Turbo Cars looks like a great game, and it packs in two 80s, 90s toys in one game. And it's a racing game with little miniature cars racing around everyday objects. So the micro machines, if you remember those. And then it's got like your control base is these looks like a remote control, but it's got these slidey square things where you get as a puzzle when you're a kid, and you have to finish the picture up by sliding it up, down, left, right kind of thing, and making it work like that. And it's got that. I don't know how that mechanism works yet, but it looks like a great idea, and I really could be one of those games that I back because of the concept of it. But again, they're quite notorious for bringing the games to retail, so maybe I might wait for retail. Hippocrates or Crates or Hippocrates, I don't know how you say it, from Game Brewer is about the Greek people, and that looks really cool. It's coming to Kickstart in April. They've got a lot of more. They've announced a couple other games, but this one really stood out to me. And I think it's about doctors in Greek and people coming to them with an aim on. So it's kind of like the Quacks of Quimmelberg, but I don't think they're doing bag pulling kind of thing. I think it's kind of tableau building, maybe. I might have to look that up again and drop it in here. Board Game Geek announced that they're bringing out a EU store, so people in the EU will not have to pay the expensive shipping costs and that from America to send it over. And they did actually say they are looking into having a UK store because of Brexit. So let's hope. I do use Board Game Geek, and I still used it before Brexit to buy promos. I love getting the promos from the games I have. But I would like some of the other stuff, which is actually too expensive to send over. So yeah. Expansion I want to get of one of my favourite games, Viral. Viral the board game is a great area control game where you're a virus trying to take over a human body. Really take that really in your face, in your opponent's face, but it's a great game, simple and great. And they're bringing out an expansion. They're bringing out the Hive expansion, and now your viruses have asynchronous powers, asymmetrical powers. Sorry. So each of the viruses have their own different abilities, and got this little kind of card flipping things. You have 4 cards like stacked next to each other, like that. And when you achieve doing something, which is listed on the card, you flip it over and it releases you a power. So it's a great concept, really simple little expansion, which will be an instant buy for me when it comes out. Ticket to Ride Europe 15th anniversary edition has just been announced by Days of Wonder. This is going to be an instant buy for me. Mrs. loves Ticket to Ride, and this is actually in the same realms as their 10th anniversary for the standard Ticket to Ride, but I think they're keeping it in a square box, but they're adding in nice asymmetrical trains kind of themes like they did with the 10th anniversary version. So that's all I know now. I don't know if they're going to add any little expansions to it or not, but definitely instant buy from me. We haven't got Tickets to Ride Europe yet, so this will be added in just to boost up the collection of what we've already got. And then last of all, I had a email newsletter from LL Games, and they announced all their upcoming games. Well, announced some of the upcoming games they've got coming out. So they got a royal visit where you're a village and you're preparing for the king to turn up. So you've got to do chores to make it look nice, things like that. That's quite interesting. Sticky Cthulhu's, which is basically sticky chameleons but with Cthulhu themes. Sticky chameleons was the biggest laugh I've ever had with a game of these little long sticky gooey things that you flick on the table trying to grab stuff. Oh, never laughed so much in my whole life. But the trouble is, you grab stuff, you pull it back, and those bits flick off of the tongue and go everywhere. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing loads of pieces for it now. So that looks quite good. Catapult Feud is actually Catapult Kingdoms, but for some reason they've changed the name. Don't know why. And then Little Factory. And this looks like, well, it definitely is in the same universe as Little Town, which is a great worker placement. But this is now a engine building tableau, I think, card game where you're building up this little engine to build up points. Where Little Town was this simple worker placement game where you're collecting resources and building houses, and it plays really quickly and it's really simple. This looks like they're doing the same for like a engine building tableau game. So yeah, looks great. That they're all coming out over different points of the year. So that another Little Factory could be another one of my exceptional buys. So last January I did say that once we hit 100 subscribers, then I'll give away Cluster. This is a great magnetic fun game. You can check my review out on the site here. And when we hit 100 subscribers to the channel, then I'll give away this to people that comment in the video. If you comment in the video of anything I've discussed about what now, let me know. Well, make a comment. And if you're from the UK, I will send you this copy. Free post. It's from Meeples Corner. They supplied it. So yeah, it's a great little game. If you want to know more about it, check out my review. I did. But I absolutely love it. Kids love it. I still have this in my bag, and I take it everywhere I go. Because it's a great game to bring out whenever we're just kind of hanging around. But yeah, so yeah, make a comment in this video. If we're still at 100 subscribers, which I believe we will still be, we hover over 100, then I'll give this away. So hopefully I might look back at my January one and see if anyone made any comments there and see if they're still active and interested in still participating to make it fair. So yeah, and I'll announce it at February time, whoever won it. But yeah, okay, so that's it. That's this video. This is also a podcast. Thank you for joining me. My name's been Joel Wright. Check out my other videos. I do a lot of unboxing videos. Okay, I haven't done any for a while because I haven't had any games through. Hopefully now I'm going to do maybe a review or two more in the future and try and build up a bit more of a collection on this. If you are interested, I actually have been saving video plays of Warzone and Fortnite of like some marvelous wins or situations I've been in. I'm not the best player, but we have a laugh. If you're interested, then I can put those up on the channel. They're already on the channel, but they're hidden. If you're interested in that, or you think it actually should be a separate thing altogether, then let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to know what your thoughts would be on it. So that's it. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already. like the video, and leave a comment below to win this about anything. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Peace out.